So we have Luke Gates versus Jordan Gallagher. Now, Luke Gates is actually playing Counter Fairy. You just had a very nice interview there with...
Yes, we spoke to Will Lucas and found out about what the deck does. Now, I'm concerned here that the names on the bottom might be the wrong way around. We see 2 trap cards in the hand of the player to the right, listed as Spyral. And whilst there are 2 trap cards in this Spyral list, I don't think they look quite like that. I could be wrong. No, we certainly have Spyral on the left here and Counter Fairies on the right.
The names there are the wrong way round.
So the names and the decks at the bottom of the stream are in fact the reverse of the players that you see.
They're just being updated now. So, Luke there kicking off. Is that a...
The
Barrier
Barrier
Statue of Heavens.
That prevents any monsters other than light monsters being special summoned.
Okay, so...
Jordan recognises here that he's not going to get any further value from his Ghost Reaper, and he doesn't want to use it at a time that might trigger the effect of a counter trap, so he wants to drop it straight away, have a peek at the extra deck, and get any information that he can.
Yeah.
It'll be absolutely key what trap card we see face down here. If it's able to negate that Spyral Tough. Now the Ultimate Providence, so he'll have to discard a monster card and he will be able to negate that effect.
And there we go. Names are now the correct way around.
I think he discarded the Max C there, given that it won't be doing a lot with the Barrier Statue on the field, and if at any point he loses that Barrier Statue, the match is probably going south for him anyway.
There we go. Just a quick reminder that they should be using the correct zones there.
We see a draw of the Sacred Arch Air Knight Parshath there. I'm not sure how good it is in hand. Jordan, just as we did, having to learn what these fairies do. I think that one's one of the older ones there.
Pretty sure that's Layard.
So when a counter trap is activated, it adds 2 banished fairies back to hand, but with no fairies currently banished, it won't be doing very much just yet. Let's see.
Yeah, that's a Layard Deliberator there.
Divine Punishment in the hand at the moment, but again, with no Sanctuary in the sky, won't be getting a lot of traction there.
Of course, the Sanctum of Parshath replacing Sanctuary in the sky in this deck.
With 2 cards in hand, neither of which do anything, he's going to turn to his extra deck to see if there's any light level 4 Xyz monsters that he wants to get. Okay, Bujinte Tsukuyomi. He can discard the Sacred Arch Air Knight Parshath in the hopes of finding something better, perhaps. Obviously, he'll set the counter trap in hand before he activates the effect, if he does choose to summon this. Or perhaps he won't. Not entirely sure why he chose not to set the trap there, but I may have missed something.
Yeah, you would expect the Counter Fairy player to be actually playing trap. I'm sure he has some in his deck.
Well, he discarded a Divine Punishment and drew into another.
Huh.
But neither of them will do anything without the Sanctuary of Parshath, which on field will count as the Sanctuary of the Sky, enabling him to use them. So if he's passing here, I think he might be in for a world of pain, as the Spyral player has a whole handful of tools, and Luke doesn't have anything to interrupt.
Go for just a ridiculously strong card within links.
Yeah. Being able to access Decode Talker without using a normal summon or being 3/4 of the way to a Borreload dragon.
Let's take a second to mention Jordan's tokens. They are the Japanese Duelist Kingdom.
Are they the Japanese versions, or we had a reprint at some point recently with
No, those are
English ones?
those are in Japanese.
Oh, excellent.
It's very nice. Big Red with Tough. They... Oh.
He may well
yeah.
have declared...
He declared monster.
He called that one correctly.
Did
Luke's got nothing going on for him here.
No, he has not.
There's still a normal summon to come this time, as we saw Big Red bringing back the Spyral Tough. I think at this point,
This is
just
gonna
burning
be a game.
time until we get to game 2.
Would you just pick up your cards at this point, or would you wait to see if you could get out of it?
You die this turn. There's no getting out of it.
Yeah.
Unless you have some piece of interaction in your hand to stop yourself from losing.
Yeah, this is true.
You're just wasting time on the match at this point.
Letty's just hoping that there's a misplay somewhere.
Anyone that's brought Spyral to this event should have
tested. It's
And
always a should have.
It's not even like there's anything particularly remarkable going on with these combos. This is absolutely basic plays,
Bog
just
standard.
going through the motions.
Yeah. Just trying to get into Luke's head here and just see why he's sat there, just watching it all happen.
Maybe he likes to give the Spyral player a false sense of security, feeling like he's allowed to have fun.
Again, it's another no fun allowed deck.
You see the deck being revealed there. Was that because there were no Spyral gears left to search with the
I
quick fix?
believe that was the case. Was that an Ib?
Yep, that was an Ib summoned with the Master Plan and the Quick Fix, and obviously the Master Plan hitting the graveyard, triggering and searching for 2 new cards, and the advantage train keeps on rolling. I wonder if Luke started adding up numbers yet.
Yeah, there we go. There it was. So, going on to side decking.
What do we see here from each player?
Over in Luke's side, got a few Time Lords. Their Time Maiden. Evenly matched.
Evenly matched, and possibly anti-spell fragrance coming in. But anti-spell can very easily get shut down by both Super Agent and Tough, so it's not always the best choice to put in against Spyrals.
Yeah.
Conversely, on Jordan's side, I'm expecting that we will certainly be seeing the likes of Floodgate Trap Hole and Twin Twisters coming in.
Yes, most definitely. I've just got a thing here that Jordan has played against Trickstar and Lightsworn in his previous matches, whereas Luke's last 2 rounds were against Dark Magician and ABC.
Okay, so neither player has been seeing the Spyral decks yet that they would expect to be playing against for the most part this tournament, but that expectation is swiftly becoming a reality to Luke Gates as he might discover just why Spyral is the most popular and seemingly the strongest deck around.
Again, it's one of the ones that you definitely have to just test against constantly, just to kind of see exactly how you're going to play it. If you're not playing any of the big contenders, you really need to know how you're going to get around them. Yeah, it's interesting that Luke went against a Dark Magician. I'm not quite sure where that would be. Which would have mean that Dark Magician would have won its first round as well.
If you played that in round 2, then
Yeah. That was his round 2. His first round was ABC and then it was Dark Magician, I believe.
These players are
Really
both
well.
currently undefeated going into this round. But we need to see if our counter fairy player is able to turn things around and win out the last 2 games of this match.
It would be very nice if we didn't have a repeat of our Nimble deck from last round and we actually got to see what the deck did.
Yes. Yeah, we saw a lot of dead cards in that game 1. will be interesting to see if Luke is able to win this game. Who'll be playing first in Game 3? Because by the looks of things, the Spyral list that Jordan has brought is set up to play second, as has seemed most popular for this weekend.
But I don't believe that that is a massive boon against playing against counter fairies.
Well, counter fairies perform much better if they're able to go first. The nature of counter traps,
Yeah,
they
of
don't do a
course.
lot until they've been set.
Oh, just dropping a bunch of cards everywhere there. I think that mat is got to be one of my favourite mats.
Yep.
Yeah, the pre-reg map from YCS London.
I like it a lot. It's very simple. And until the board gets changed again, if it ever does, it will be a staple that we're likely to continue seeing from a lot of top players. I know it's favoured by quite a lot of them.
Luke is going first.
Yes. Well, as we were saying, counter fairy player will always be choosing to go first when they can.
Of course.
So we're getting some hands loaded through. So over on Luke's side,
Sorry, we've got Jordan's
side first. I've got a Spyral Tough, Ash Blossom, evenly matched 1-for-1, and on the left hand there, I can't quite
Spyral
see.
Mission, I think.
On the other side we have Ultimate Providence. Is that on there? Divine Punishment, Maxi, the Light Barrier Statue, and another of Layard.
So the only play that our counter fairy player has here is Set Solemn Warning. Now he does have Herald Orange and Herald Green in hand, so he'll be able to negate either a monster effect or a spell effect on the opponent's turn.
So Twin Twister taking down.
Unless he chooses to activate his Herald of Green Light at this point to negate it.